Bottom left, folks, in the blue, he is for Infernalis. It is PureLegacy.
And for the Cranky Ducklings, he is looking to make his run to the top four. Ladies and gentlemen, can he do it? It's PattyMac.
Will he PattyMac on PureLegacy, or will PureLegacy turn him into a Patty Melt? These are the questions we ask ourselves on Waterfall.
Yes, I mean, it's will he turn it up to the PattyMacs? Really, we need to see that top level of play here. And I mean, the good news for PattyMac is, hey, you know, this is your next two matches. They're both PBTs. If you can get this matchup down, if you can get these wins, if you're confident in this, then there's definitely that, again, we said that realistic chance that he just wins both of these, and then he has a very good chance of getting to that top four. And I am very, like, this opening, I think, is really interesting to start out this best of five where you're going for the double gate with a Cybercore. Obviously, this is fairly aggressive. This is a build where you're going to try and catch your opponent out. You don't usually expect a Protoss to come out with a double gate, especially in TVP.
I think what's particularly odd in this setup is not only that it's a double gate, it's double gate at home. We have seen builds, Classic is a big fan, Max Pax is of course the progenitor of this, where you get your first or second gateway, depending on what version of the build is, you get it on the map. And then you put pressure on with Zealots if it's the first gateway, Stalkers if it's the second gateway, on the map, on the third, on the natural, and you force a cancel, you force them to build on the high ground. That can be powerful. But I wonder here, Titan, as Waterfall is a small map, it's not the shortest map we have, but it is a small map, whether that's just kind of the idea, and PattyMac is just of the opinion that, well, as the map is super short, you kind of don't need a proxy gateway because you'll get your units across when they need to be anyways.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, I think, a real thought process to have is these gateways at home is safer. It is less all in. It is, you know, it's less dependent on finding damage, and you'll still get that pressure out. You see two Adepts now coming across the map. There is already a bunker, and PureLegacy is preparing quite well for this. He's actually going a 3 racks opening, and this is something that you'll see a player like Beyond do. Beyond will do it without the Reaper, though. It is the real big difference in, you know, over, if you're looking at the Korean player equivalent, Beyond goes for this fast command center off of the first barracks, no Reaper, and then immediately into 3 racks just to save that gas for his add-ons. PureLegacy, you know, is going to have to be mining that full gas the whole time, also adding on that engineering base. So it's going to be a very, very strong timing attack prepared here for PureLegacy. But it's also very dependent that PattyMac does not scout it. He doesn't get these Adepts into the main base, because if that happens, then that can be disastrous when the Protoss has time to prepare for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I wonder here whether the fact that +1 is on the way tells us that this is going to be maybe slightly more delayed. I'm waiting for the factory, but even still, the it's 3 Adepts. Ooh. They one-shot SCVs. They one-shot Marines. So Marine will fall. 2 SCVs as well. And PattyMac, he's got Blink behind this. And with 4 Adepts here, is this actually going to be enough to knock a supply depot down? Adepts don't kill buildings. But if you got 4 of them, maybe?
I mean, they're going to be able to keep these Marines away. You really just can't fight it with the Marines, although that weakened Adept is at the back, so PureLegacy trying to focus it down is not going to be able to do so. Adepts now once again piling back up, and this is just constant Adept production. This is such an interesting variation of this build where there's no Stalkers, it's just Adepts, and it's stopping the mining of this natural base. Behind this, PattyMac has his natural going. He's adding on Blink, a robotics facility, so the transition is actually going to end up being a 3-gate Blink Stalker attack. And I mean, this is just such a cool way to play out this aggressive opening where it's not super dependent on killing your opponent. Oh no, the Adepts get in. Oh, this is terrible for PureLegacy.
Oh, it's so many things. It's a scout, it's damage, it's going to get some of these Marines as well. 8 SCVs have died thus far, but PattyMac, you got to question whether it's worth it to start your recall, because you do know now that this, I mean, you probably knew earlier because there was no tech, but you knew that this was a 3-rack, so you got to keep every single unit alive, because Stim combat shields, they are getting rather close to complete. But as 9 SCVs go down, PureLegacy has not been able to mine out of his natural for the first almost 5 minutes of this game. PureLegacy has not been able to produce as he would like. His army supply, it's 15 Marines. That's great, wonderful, sure. You want to be twice that right now. You want to have this powerful ball of Marines as you run across the map. And just because the economic damage that PattyMac has gotten, he's up 12 workers. PureLegacy hasn't been able to get there.
Yeah, and PattyMac right now, I think he scouted this 3-racks. It's really dependent that he just handles this well. He uses his Blink Stalkers to pick off Marines while blinking back, while this attack is moving across the map. And if he's able to shave off enough, then you can start to try and be aggressive, but you can't pull the trigger on that until you've kind of done this harassment with the Blink Stalkers. We see a Robotics Bay is on the way back at home, so most likely is going to be that Stalker or the Colossus. It's just a much more consistent answer. DPS-wise, a much more consistent splash against this bio, as there we go. Stalkers getting blinked back, none are lost. A few of them get low, but it's a good job by PattyMac just to keep an eye on what the army count is looking like for PureLegacy.
And we do see, well, actually, he cancels the shield battery that was on the way, feeling really comfortable with his position to defend. And honestly, Titan, I can't blame him. His first Colossus will be out by the time this push happens. He's got Charge on the way that we will most likely see that get chronoed soon enough. And Stalker's playing the main base here. They're going to get concussive shells. It's not stim. It's not combat shield. It's not the most important upgrade you get off a tech lab, but it does massively increase the period of time that these Stalkers are allowed to exist on the map. As 2 will fall, though. Maybe not the best target fire from PattyMac, but again, slowing that concussive shells. And the interesting thing is, PureLegacy, he has a second tech lab. He could start there researching. Chooses not to, though. Waits a little bit longer. But everything that PattyMac's doing at this point, as you said, it's just delaying PureLegacy more and more and more. And this build, this timing, that's supposed to hit, maybe move across the map at 5:30. It's almost 7 minutes. He doesn't have a starport just yet. We're approaching the timing of a 3-1-1, but without the 1 and the 1.
Yeah, it's, I mean, and also some of these Marines and Marauders here getting caught out is just so annoying for the Terran. The army's being kept back home. There's already a Colossus out. I mean, I think there should be, yeah, second one in production now. Charges on the way, extended thermal lance. No upgrades, of course, for PattyMac. He's just trying to sit on this gateway army, get out enough units to deal with this. As the stim comes through, again, you can chase down some of the Stalkers, but without the concussive shell, you really can't slow them down and find as many picks as you would like with that stim follow-up. But the Forge is on the way, and
yeah, and importantly, the starport is just done. It's not even building medevacs yet. Every stim it's 20% of your army's HP. It is just so impactful right now. It makes it much easier to snipe those Marauders. As we see a scan go, it doesn't even get the observer. 225 minerals down the drain. And I mean, I don't think that we can say enough about how wonderful of a position that PattyMac is in this game. He's not. If you're not even losing observers that get scanned out, it's a bad time for the Terran.
Yeah, I mean, that resources lost is not pretty. You're looking at almost 1,000 more resources lost for the Terran. You have a Protoss who's on 3 bases comfortably. 52 workers. Sure, it's not the highest worker count. Snipes off another Marauder, though, or Marine. But you're going to have 3 Colossus. You're going to have charge loss out by the time this push comes. And it's a strong army, sure, for PureLegacy, but it doesn't feel like it's going to matter. You already have the splash damage options for the Protoss. This is what this attack is supposed to hit before that. You know, this 3-racks, it's supposed to attack and it's supposed to hit before the Colossus are out. And even with the medevacs, you know, at this point in the game with any other build, this is where you'd be looking to expand to a 3rd. You'd be getting in your additional tech, adding on maybe Ghosts, Vikings, you know, using these medevacs for drops, but it's just been so delayed for PureLegacy.
Oh, no. Okay, so he's going to be fine. Oh, he missed target. Stalkers blink forward. Medevac does not fall. I keep looking on the minimap for a big clump of blue, expecting PureLegacy to just pull the SCVs at this point, because he's all in. All right, like, he is absolutely all in. He's got 5 racks here, but with 3 Colossus, you just don't take this fight. Zealots run forward, Guardian Shield gets popped, minimizing the damage there, and, well, the Marauders are staying alive for some way, but the Stalkers knocking them down. Colossus, yeah, they don't kill Marauders as quickly as they used to, but there are 3 of them, and they're killing kind of everything here. PureLegacy's got a hope. A couple of the Zealots go down, but the rest of everything is, in fact, dead. PattyMac, he absolutely suplexes PureLegacy in this game 1. Really interesting way to open, and it closes the door. It makes life so hard for PureLegacy.
Yeah, I mean, you just see how hard it is to deal with those adepts, especially in that number, especially when you're going for a 3-racks. You know, you don't have access to the upgrades that will allow your Marines to fight them better. You don't have access to a Cyclone or to Hellions, even though, you know, Hellions aren't the best response, but they're better than just unupgraded Marines. And that was, I mean, I think it was a very interesting build order from PattyMac. It was one that kind of just won that build order battle, where you're just looking like, oh, how did these match up? And, well, it just, yeah, it was just better. It worked out better. I think PattyMac handled it very, very well.
Yeah, I think it's also important to point out that those adepts in the natural, they provided a lot, right? They denied mining. They made life really, they put a lot of just mental pressure on PureLegacy. But also what they did is they gave him such a wonderful contextual scout. PureLegacy or PattyMac didn't know that it was a 3-Rex until like he got his adepts in the main base. But he would have been able to assume that it was a 3-Rex because he's sitting there with these 6, 7, 8 adepts, maybe even more. And the only thing that he's running into is Marines. No tanks, no cyclones, as you said, no widow mines, none of these units that would be far more effective at actually dealing with the units that PattyMac had in his base. So that really narrows it down. It can be a 3-Rex, maybe a 4-Rex. I don't know, but something without a factory, something without a starport. So now we're going to move into game number 2, though. PattyMac is up 1. He looked absolutely dominant while doing so. Can PureLegacy take it back? Game 2. In the upper left, folks, in the blue, he's down 1. Adepts were just too much of a thorn in his side. He's PureLegacy.
And the bottom right, 1 game a win from securing the 2-0 would be half of the way there to trying to secure his top 4 place. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cranky Ducklings, it's PattyMac. Oh my!
Did you see the Estrella PureLegacy games on Thursday, Titan?
No, I didn't have the chance to. I was in class.
Man, what a fool here, bettering yourself, finding ways to grow and learn in this world. You should be watching StarCraft. No. So it was game 2. It was on Stargazers this time. After Estrella was down 1, PattyMac or PureLegacy did in fact go. In that case, it was we don't know. It might have been a 3-Rex. Didn't matter because Estrella scouted it immediately with the first probe before the second barracks even completed. Actually, before the first barracks was completed. The game was approximately 1 minute and 17 seconds. Oh, this is cool.
Oh my god. This is this is a build that if it's scouted, it doesn't work, but it is not scouted. And here's the crazy thing. PattyMac's going for the two gateway again. Against like a 2-Rax Marines, this would work great. Against 4-Rax Reaper. The Adepts Chrono Boosts are coming out, so they will be out in time to deal with this second Reaper. We're seeing probes being pulled so far. 1 hasn't been lost. The Adept is now out. So this is just going to be a race of time. PattyMac, he probably assumes, oh yeah, 2-Rax Reaper. That makes sense. Does he expect that there's more than 2 barracks though?
Am I wrong in saying that even against a 4-Rax is a good scout here? PattyMac now, he saw he sees them all. So he knows exactly that this is a 4-Rax. Am I wrong in saying that the 2-gate Adept is actually just really good against this? Yeah, you're not building units as quickly, but Adepts shred Reapers, and Reapers don't really shred Adepts. So if you add a shield battery in the mineral line or something, which PattyMac has not done just yet, I don't think that this is gonna. It's 4-Rax Reaper. It's trying to build momentum. You build a lot of Reapers, but I don't think this has got a lot of legs to it.
No, this 2-gate does a really good job shutting it down, especially with the Adept production. Eventually you might reach a critical mass of Reapers where you can start to, 2-shot these Adepts. And looks like there was a bit of lag there, I think. So we're just gonna have a pause.
Yep. Wait for I think we all felt that lag. PureLegacy actually, I guess, is the unfortunate one dealing with the lag there. But we will hopefully wait and get into this game number 2 as well as we can. Okay, I don't know which is worse, Titan. Is it a player not able to set hotkeys, or the Blizzard servers choosing to not connect to them?
Yeah, I feel like that would be if PureLegacy suddenly disconnected in the middle of this game and it's like, you gotta resume from replay, continue your Reaper rush. That'd be difficult to say the least. But it looks like for now he is back connected, so we're gonna get going. The Reapers, they're gonna be trying to knock their way here into the natural. There's not really enough of them, I think, to start to fight these Adepts head on. And again, that 2-gate production with the Chrono Boost, it really does shut this down. And it's all in from PureLegacy. Honestly, I would love to see him just pull the workers. Just pull the boys across the map at this point.
Does that do enough, though? Okay, so, I mean, they get a pylon at the front, and actually with one Adept leading here, it's a bit awkward. There's a lot of target fire there, but the Adept shade right on top of him. The Reapers, they're just starting to go down. They do not kill Adepts quickly enough. And from a pause, we go straight into a GG. It's 4 minutes this time, not 1:17, but the build still doesn't work. PattyMac, 2 0s, and bolsters his